8 times 3 is equal to what? 24. So even if that you want to formulate the next term to be 3 times 2 power 4. So the answer will be what? So the answer will be 48, because 2 power 4 is 16. 16 times 3 is equal to 48. So with this sequence now, or this arrangement, you can find that the nth term, 3 will be common, times, and then we come here. 2 is common also as a base of that exponent number. So because 2 is the base of that exponent number, then you analyze what you analyze the whole numbers, means the counting numbers for indices or for exponent. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the sequence of 40, sequence of equality of natural number. So it will be 3 times 40 times 2. So 3 times 2, for instance, that you want to get the fifth term, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fifth term. So fifth terms, we say that n is equal to what? N is equal to 4, because the order or the sequence has started from what? From 0. So the sixth term, so we say that if for this case, say that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So we say if n is equal to 1, so we say that n, yes, so it will be n minus 1. Okay, so if that's the case, we say that we can a little bit adjust the difference. This is 1 minus 1. This is 2 minus 1. This is 3 minus 1. This is what? 4 minus 1, which makes 3. This is what? 5 minus 1, which make it 4. Why did I change? Because I want also to include the 0, right? 0 is a part of the sequence. So then we say that the nth term now is 3 times 2 power n minus 1. Why the nth term is like that? Because if you substitute, we place n is equal to the fifth term, it means n is equal to 5. 5 minus 1, 4. 2 power 4 is equal to what? 2 power 4 is equal to 16 times 3, 48. So therefore now we say that the general term, if you understood, please tell me in the comment section. The general term now is what? 3 times what? 2 power n minus 1. Remember that you have just to think outside the box. So after solving 2 examples in this part 2, now I want to test whether you have understood what I've been teaching you. So I have 2 questions for what? The homework. Are you ready for that? Will you do it? So this will be example. This will be example 9. So it will be example 9. It will be example 9. And this example 9, I took it from the exercise 4.5.1 of secondary based mathematics, book 3. So I took it as question number 6. So if you have the book, you can check the question number 6. That's the point where I took it. So this will be homework. So homework 3B. Right? So the question asks you that find the general term. Find the general term. Find the general term. Find the general term of the sequence. Of the sequence 1, comma negative 1, then comma 1, comma negative 1. This is the same sequence as the one that I taught you how to find the next term in example 5. So find the general terms of that sequence. Again, I have example 10, right? Example 10. In this example 10, I took it as question number 3 of exercise 5.1. The question asking us, find the general term. Find the general term of the sequence. Of the sequence 3, 6, 9, 12. This is still continuing sequence. First dot, second full step, third full step, full stop. First, second, third. Right? Great. So those 2 questions will be your homework. Make sure that you do them yourself. Don't ask your elder brothers in Form 4 to help you. Do it yourself. You can do it yourself. And then you submit on that. So the submission, submit your homework, submit your team in comment section. Right? Submit in the comment section. Comment section of this video. So you have to learn how you can write by using the computer, by using the mobile phone. This video. So if that's the case now, I would like to take you on to the part 3. Part 3 of these concepts of problem solving. And this part 3, I call it finding terms. For this part 3, I will end this session. Finding terms. Right? Finding them. Remember that I will break in this session 3 into small videos of session 3A, session 3B, and even sometimes if I record the sessions of more than 2 hours or more than 1 hour and a half, you have to expect also to find session 3C. Bear that in mind. Okay, submit the comment section. So part 3, saying part 3, we say I'm teaching you how we can find the terms for a given, okay, by using what? By using the given n-stem, by using the formula, okay, by using the given what? N-stem. So how I can find by using the given n-stem. Right? So I'm going to teach you this concept also by using examples. Right? Well, so let us go to examples on this, regarding this concept. So this will be example. Example what? Tell me the number 11. And this example 11, refer exercise 5.1, question number 7. So this is question number 7 of exercise 5.1 in the book of secondary basic mathematics in Form 3. So the question asks you that the n-stem, say the n-stem, the n-stem of a certain sequence, the n-stem of certain sequence is what? 2 power n minus 1. Find what? Find the sum. Find the sum you enjoy the beauty of mathematics? Find the sum of the first 3 terms. Find the sum of the first 3 terms. So that's the question. I'm going to teach you how you can solve it, and then we click it and we move it. Are you enjoying the beauty of basic mathematics from 3, sequence and series? Tell me in the comment section. And also remember to tell me that you're enjoying this material. Where are you studying? Which school are you studying? Which regions are you come from? Which contents are you Okay, come from which country in Africa, which city you come from? Tell me in the comment sections, because I want to know how this program has been expanded to the millions of ordinary secondary educations students, right? So the question said that we'll be given the n stem of a certain sequence is 2 power n minus 1. Find the sum of the first 3 terms. So let me teach you how I can solve this problem, right? So this is still introduction. So we'll follow 2 steps mainly, right? The first step, we say that find, we say that use, let us use the given n stem, right? To find what? Given n stem to find the first 3 terms. So let me teach you how we can use it. So the formula for the n stem is 2 power n minus 1. So to find the first term, the first term will find when the value of n is equal to 1. That's the general concept. So 2 power 1 minus 1, the answer is equal to 1. Right? Good. Second term. The second term will find it when n is equal to 2. So this will be 2 power 2 minus 1. So 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So it will be 2 power 1. So 2 power 1 is equal to what? Is equal to 2. Then we have to find the third term. So the third term, we say that n is equal to 3. So how will you find? So it will be 2 power 3 minus 1. This will make it 2 power 2. Answer is equal to 4. Right? Is equal to 4. So that the first term, second term, and third term. So afterward, let us go to the second step. So the second step, now we know the first term is 1, second term is 2, the third term is what? Is 4. Find what? Now we find the sum. Sum of 40 of first 3 terms. So find the sum, of the terms. Finding the sum of the terms, we just have to take one term, the first term plus second term plus third term plus fourth term plus fifth terms, etc., etc., etc. What we're teaching about, remember that there's one concept that I'll teach about, the sum of the n stem in arithmetic progression. So then now we say that sum of terms, sums of the first 3 terms, so sum of the first 3 terms. So sum of the first 3 terms, first one is 1, second one is 2, and the third one is 4. So the sum is equal to what? Is equal to 7. So therefore, we say that sum of the first 3 terms, the first 3 terms is 7. That's the response. You are done. You see how mathematics is beautiful? The question became simple because mathematics is beautiful and you have to like mathematics. And our main objective in these programs, in these online programs, to teach students and to transfer your mind to love best mathematics for the rest of your life. You have to think how you can apply to solve real life problems. So then, now if you have understood about the example 11, now let me take you into example 12. Say example 12. Are you ready for example 12? You know where did they get the example 12? The example 12, I took it as question number 10, the last question in exercise 5.1. Interesting. So let us see these last questions, how it has been tricked. This is the kind of the trick question. The question says that the n stem, the n stem of a sequence, the n stem of the sequence is given. The nth terms of the sequence is given by 2 n plus 1, and the question asks us, write down the 10th term. Write down the 10th term. Very simple question. Write down the 10th term. Very simple. Tell your mind that question. Tell your mind that question is very simple. Tell it. That question is very simple. The nth term of the sequence is given by 2 times n plus 1. Write down the 10th term. So solution. So the given nth term, the formula of the given nth term, is 2n plus what? 1. Right? So as I told you in this example 11, that the position of the term has a same value of n. So the 10th term, say 10th term, the 10th term now, if this is the nth term, so the 10th term, we have to substitute the value of n is equal to 10. Then that's all. So in the given formula, we have 2 times n, which is 10, plus 1. And so it's equal to 2 times 10 is 20, plus 1 is what? 21. Then you're done. You see? Now you're becoming, you are sounding like a mathematician, right? The 10th term is what? 21. So the 10th term is what? 21. And I realized that I referred wrongly that question. That's not question number 10. Question number 10 is the one that I'm going to write it on the blackboard now. This is question number 4. Excuse me. Let's put this minor correction. So that now we go for example 13. So example 13. This is, you have to refer question 10 in exercise 5.1 of sequences and series. If the general term, remember the reference material that I have shared with you in session 1. If the general term of the certain sequence, so this write also concept, writing a concept. So concept means that there's a certain concept that you have to gain. There's a special concept that has to be used, and you have to even to understand if the general term of the set of a certain sequence, singular, a certain sequence is 1 over 2 plus negative 1, comma n. Find the first 4 terms. Find the first 4 terms. Find the first 4 terms. And then the next question, which is a little bit concept also, are these terms, are the terms increasing? Are these terms increasing or decreasing? That's the question, or decreasing in magnitude. Increasing in what? in magnitude. In magnitude. So that's the question. If the general terms of the certain sequence is 1/2 plus -1 power n, find the first 4 terms. That's simple, because you have just to know the value of, means you know the value of n for the first term is n is equal to 1. The value of the n for the second terms is n is equal to 2. The value of the n for the third terms n is equal to 3. You just substitute there in the nth term, the general formula, or in the nth term formula. And then the value of the first term, the value of n in the first terms will be n is equal to 4. Substitute into this formula, then you get it. But also you have to know the property of 40 of exponentiations of negative base number, right? Because this is the base and this is the exponent. So you have to know it. And then the question asks you that are these terms, those 4 terms, are the terms increasing or decreasing in magnitudes? So you cannot answer the second part of the question until you answer the first part of the question. So if you be wrong in the first part of the question, also you'll be wrong in the second part of the questions. And that's why that I say it's a concept question. So it's conceptual. So it is what? It is concept. Right? It's concept. Well, so let us solve. Let me teach you how you can solve a question like this. Okay? As a love of mathematics, better mathematics. So you say that we have been given the nth term. So the first step for this case, the first step, we say that let us use the nth term or the nth term formula. Find what? Find the first 4 terms. Okay? 4 terms. How? The nth term, which will be given formula, is the nth term formula. This is given by 1 as a numerator, and denominator, it is 2 plus -1 power n. Right? So then the first term, say first term, I know that you can pause even the video and find these terms. I know you can. Try. Pause the video and find these terms, and then after you do yourself on the piece of paper, you continue the video and you correct yourself whether you are right or you are not right. So you are allowed to do that. So n is equal to 1. So we have 1 of what? 2 plus -1 power 1. So -1 power 1 means -1 power 1 is -1. So the response here will be 1 over 2 minus 1, right? So 2 minus 1 is equal to 1 over 1. So the answer is 1. So the first term is 1. What will be the second term? So you can pause the video. If you didn't know, or you didn't have confidence, to look or to find after determining the first term, you can pause the video and try yourself to find the second term. So when n is equal to 2. So when n is equal to 2, the nth term is 1 divided by 2. 2 power t, 2 plus -1 power 1. No, now n is equal to 2 power 2. So with this operation, we have 1. So here we have 2 plus what? -1 times -1. Times what? -1. So then, the second term will be what? 1, as I said, if you didn't see there. 2, we have -1 times -1. That means of -1 power 2. So the response here to be the numerator will be 1. The denominator is 2 plus -1 times -1 is equal to 1. So the response, the second nth term, is 1/3. So the question asks us that, let us read the question. So when we'll be solving, it will be together. If the general terms of a certain sequences is 1/2 plus -1 power n, find the first 4 terms. Are the terms increasing or decreasing in magnitude? I say this question is conceptual because the way it is, even the first part, there's first part and this the second part. So we say that how we can solve solution. The first step, we have to use the given n term formula to find out the first four terms. How do you find the n terms is 1 over 2 plus negative 1 power n. So the first term is n is equal to 1. So this is the formula. So it's equal to 1 over 2 plus negative 1 power 1. So if you do this manipulations, negative 1 power 1 is negative 1. So it will be 2 over 2 minus 1, so it's equal to 1 over 1. The second term is when n is equal to 2. So we substitute 2 here. So 1 over 2 plus negative 1 power 2. So this will make 2 plus negative 1 times negative 1. So negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. So plus 2, so this is the point that we say negative 1 times negative 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3, so 1/3. So the second term is 1/3. Now the third term is when n is equal to 3. So 1 over 2 plus negative 1 power 3. So clarifications or simplifications, this is 1 over 2 plus negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. The answer is equal to 1 over 2 plus what? Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Positive 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. So simply this will be 2 minus 1. So 1 over, so the answer will be 1 over 1, which the answer is equal to what? So we say that 2 minus 1 is 1. So the third term is 1, right? The second term is 1/3. The first term is what? Is 1. Remember that. You can pause, when you be watching these videos, you can pause the video in any example, and then you can try to solve the given problem yourself, and then you can continue watching the video and you can make correction. If you be right, that's fine. Then it means that the materials are getting in your mind, because you have to make sure that you have to train your mind to understand what you've been taught. So that's all about the third step. So the first thing now, say the first step. So you can pause the video and look for the first thing, and then you pause the video, look the first thing, then you come and watch, and you enjoy the beautiful photo of mathematics. So this is 1, and here we have 2 plus what? Negative 1 power 4. So how do you clarify this? Look. So the clarifications of the first term will be like this. So the clarification of the first term, we say that the first term should be 1 over 2 plus negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. Right? Then we say that the first term. So the first term for this case now, to me we say that this is equal to 1 over 2. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Then times. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Positive 1 times positive 1 is what? Is positive 1. So 1 plus, so to be 1 over 2 plus 1. And the response is what? 1/3. So that will be the first term. Right? So therefore, we say the sequence now, we say that because the question asks you that find the first 4 terms. So we say the sequence of the first 4 terms. You have to learn how you can be accurate on writing the terms. Of the first 4 terms is 1, which is the first term, 1/3, which is the second term, 1, which is the third term, 1/3, which is the first term. So because it's still continuing up to that nth term, so it means that you put comma, and then you have 3 dots. And this dot means that this is a finite or infinite sequence. So this will be the answer of the first part. Right? The second part of the question asks you that you find are the terms increasing or decreasing? Are these terms 1, 1/3, 1, 1/3? Forget about the 5th term, the 6th term, the 7th term. If you observe these first 4 terms, first term, second term, third term, first term, are they increasing in magnitude or are they decreasing in magnitude? So if you want to answer that question, you have to think how, for example, you can form this sequence. Means how you can prolong the sequence. 1, 1/3, this is 1, this is 1/3. If you continue, it means that the third, so this is first term, this is third term, the next one here will be the fifth term, so it will be repetition, just like in the sequence of 1, -1, -1, -1. So then, the next terms, okay, so just to leave the space, so the seventh term also will be 1. So if you come here, so the second term, the second term is 1/30, the fourth term is what? 1/30, even the sixth term will be what? 1/30. So the sequence, okay, if you want to discuss the sequence by using this first term and second term, then the sequence is decreasing. But then, when we go to the third terms, then you find the sequence has increased from 1/30 to 1. If you go to the first term, the sequence has decreased from 1 to 1/3. So similarly, it has been increased from 1/30 to 1. And then it has been decreased from 1 to 1/3, right? So we say that because are the terms increasing or decreasing in magnitude? Right? Okay, are the terms increasing or decreasing in magnitude? Yes. So the terms are decreasing. And also, are the terms increasing in magnitude or are the terms decreasing in magnitude? So we say that the terms are neither increasing in magnitude. If these terms will be increasing in magnitude, it means that, so we say that just notice for increasing magnitude, not this point, right? Increasing magnitude. So if the sequence has terms which are increasing magnitude, so we say that the second term, for example, the second term, right? The second term should be greater than the first term. The third term, right, should be greater than the first, the second term. The second term. The first term should be greater than the third term. So you examine something like that. For decreasing is vice versa. The second term means that the first term will be the largest term, right? So the second term should be less than the first term. The third term should be less than the second terms. The first, for decreasing, the first term should be less than the third term. So for this, you find that the terms are neither increasing nor decreasing, but they have constant equality, meaning that they have a certain behavior, right? So the terms are neither increasing nor decreasing, but repeats after one next term. So the terms are neither increasing nor decreasing, but they repeat after the next term, after the next one term. What does it mean? First term is 1, second term is 1 term, then 1 repeat, then 1 term repeat, so 1 repeat, then 1 term repeat, so that means. So this is the response, right? And then, if that's the case, I believe that now you can go through other questions from other books, from review, from all the references books. But before I end this session 3, I would like to give you the homework on this part 3. So this will be homework 3C. So homework 3C will be example. So this will be example. The previous one was example 13, so this will be example 14, right? And this one, if you refer reference exercise 5.1 and question first exercise 5.1, this is question number 3n minus 5. 3n minus 5. Okay. So this is example 5 in Excel, in the basic mathematics books. So the question says that the n stem of the sequence. So this is an example. Is what? 3n minus 5. Find the subterm. Simple. Find the third term. Find the third term. Here we go, for example, example 15, which is homework. This I took in question 5. That's question 5 of exercise 5.1. The question says that the n stem of a sequence, n stem of the sequence is 4n minus 1. Write down the first 5 terms. The first 5 terms. First 5 terms. That's the example. So remember that you have to submit the homework. After you do, you have to submit the homework in the comment section of this video, right? And you can even ask you questions. You can ask you how that I failed to do maybe a certain example. Some other students can help you, or even myself. Okay, I'll try my level best to help you. I'll help you. Okay. So then that's the end of session 3 on problem solving of the first concepts of the sequences, and the main topic is sequence and series. My name is Olenjolai&Nekinyi. For those that have joined me in the middle of this video, I am a Tanzanian, and then I'm very glad to be a part of your academics. I would like to thank God who have been with me since He has created me, because He has created me with His vision, or with His purpose, that to teach students, or to teach, to teach generations and generations all about the secrets of mathematics, science, even the Word of God. So I thank God for being with me from the preparations moments up to this moment. And I'd like to thank God who have given you a chance to learn this material with me. And then I will be praying for you. I assist you also to pray for me. I ask you to join me in session 4 of Sequences and Series, when I will teach you about the concepts of 40 of series. So make sure that you don't miss that session. And in order for you to get the notifications after we upload the new videos in this YouTube channel of Tanzania Online O-Level Circuit Schools in square bracket Olenjolai, make sure that you subscribe onto this channel. And then so you'll get notifications, share, ask a question in the comment section, and then tell me you enjoy this material from which part of the world, which city, which district, right? Which you lie in case of French, which continent, or which country. Tell us in the comment section. So thank you very much. May God bless you. I'm expecting to meet you, and I'm expecting also to teach you a little thing that I know about series in this topic of sequence and series in session 4. So stay tuned.